Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is another tropical update. This should be posted earlier than yesterday to my memory. Sorry about everything I forgot and the stuttering in yesterday's video. Hopefully soon, I will try hopefully to get to an earlier posting schedule. Hopefully I can. I'll try my best. Anyway, let's just get started. I don't want to have any explanations or stuttering in this video. Sorry for any long explanations or stuttering or anything in this video. But anyway, moving on. Let's get started. So, this is the 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday, August 30th, 2022, National Hurricane Center Tropical Update. We're going to start with this area up here. 30% chance of development. Environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for some gradual tropical or subtropical development over the next several days while the system moves generally eastward. I do think this is a good chance of developing, but we will just have to see. This system could bring some locally heavy rainfall to portions of the Cabo Verde Islands on Wednesday and Thursday. This formation chance through 48 hours is a low of 20% chance. Through 5 days is the medium of 40% chance. This disturbance is forecast to move slowly towards the west and then west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. There's a medium 60% chance of formation through 48 hours. And through 5 days, it is a high 80% chance. Moving on from that, the National Hurricane Center, we have the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. We're not going to be focusing on the Tropical Depression 13W. We're going to be focusing on this one here, which currently has significant wave height of 50 feet, which is very bad. So those are very high waves. Maximum significant wave height, by the way, is good because I'm glad that it mentions that there because the models have a parameter called significant wave height. So significant wave height here, and on the models, the name matches exactly. So for anyone trying to learn that parameter, it's really easy to look at this too. Anyway, moving on. Winds of 140 knots and gusts to 170 knots. It's going to be weakening down to 95 knots, but then it's going to go back up to 115 knots and continue to move towards Korea. We see this map here. So anyway, let's just go to the North Atlantic, where we'll start. Let's go to the Tropical Atlantic, where we will see this system get its circulation together and start to move north. And then it turns away from Bermuda. For 10 m winds, we do see up to 64 to 80 knots, maybe 100 knots. See, and 850 wind gusts, 850 MB wind gusts. Like I said, that's what I use for wind gusts, and what a lot of people use anyway. It goes up to around 110, maybe 115, 120 knots. Significant wave height, as you see here. This shows you the wave heights, and Joint Typhoon Warning Center said maximum significant wave height. So yep, exactly the same besides the maximum, but you know. So significant wave height and maximum significant wave height, really easy to learn because they're the exact same name. And when we do see very high waves here, up to potentially over 48 feet. And then, of course, that wave gets large. We get up to a 5 feet wave here. Bermuda might get not that much, but they could get up to 7 foot. But then again, that can be normal for them. It just depends. A lot of times it's not normal. A lot of times it's higher. But anyway, yeah, so that wave height, as you can see here, is very high. Let's look at the Eastern Pacific. It's one of the things I forgot to show yesterday, where we could see a system forming and going up north. And we see this other system here, which was the National Hurricane Center area I showed yesterday, and is now a high chance. And this is another little area past it. This one currently is like a 20 or 30% chance, I think. To my knowledge, sorry if that's not correct. This is a like 70 or 80% chance in the next 5 days. And by the way, the probabilities I just say are the 5-day probabilities. Anyway. So that goes up to sea, and then this is actually a land star. It goes to Baja, California, and then as it's about to get California, it turns away. If we go to 10 m winds, we're not using rain, only for the second system. So yeah, we do see tropical storm force winds. It goes out to sea, and then we see hurricane category 2, possibly force here, and then it becomes a tropical storm around here, and then of course moves out. A 50 MB, we do see up to hurricane force wind gust here, there, and here. Category 3, potential major hurricane wind gust. Here up to hurricane, and then as it's turning away, it gets tropical storm force wind gusts. Significant wave height. We do see here we get up to 21 to 27 feet. Here 27 isolated, and then here we get really high, potentially up to 44, 48 feet in isolated center spots, and then the coasts get up to 23. Here the coast also gets up to over 40 potentially, and then of course here still up to 21, 19 feet, and then it turns out to sea. This one gave a little to the coast, possibly a little higher than normal, but definitely not as bad as the other potential system. In case of in the situation of wave height. Here we have, by the way, I'm not showing the other two models because newest ECMWF run does not go out far enough, and I decided I don't want to show you the old run because information can change a lot between runs. Canadian model pretty much never shows anything, so this mainly is going to focus on the GFS. And I believe the ECMWF is also still showing it 2 week. 960 millibars, 2 week for right now. Anyway, 919 millibars, it goes up, 931 near Korea and Japan, and then it goes up. And then let's look at the 10 M1 gust. By the way, guys, I'm talking a little fast because I just want to get quick, straight to the point. 920 millibars, it's around, I would say, 100, maybe 120, 130, not sustained here. Up here, it's around, I would say, like 120 not sustained, 30 not sustained, and then it goes out to sea. A 50 MB heightened wind, aka wind gusts. We do see here, it gets up to possibly 150, 160, maybe 170 knot wind gust. Here, we're seeing, well, off the coast, we're seeing here around maybe 160, 150 knot wind gust. On the coasts, maybe around 140 to 150 knot wind gusts. And of course, it goes out to sea. Significant wave height. Hour 0, we're seeing around 48 feet to maybe a little over 50 feet, which around what the Joint Typhoon Warning Center is showing it now. The waves goes down, but the wave field gets bigger, and then we're backed up to 50 feet. Here we're getting like maybe possibly 60, 70 feet in isolated spots. And then it goes through where we're still seeing on the coast over 30 to 40 feet on the coast, like of the land, like the coast of Korea and Japan. So those beaches might have a problem. And then in between, out off the coast, we have a little bit higher, but still around the same off the coast and on the coast, and bad for both places near the same height. And finally, we're going to look at the ensembles. We're going to look at the GEFS for the tropical Atlantic. Actually, never mind. I'm not going to show the ensembles for the Atlantic actually, I'm going to show the models for the ensembles. Sorry for that mistake. I'm going to show the ensembles for the Atlantic, not the Western Pacific, because it is way too close. The ensembles are just going to agree with the track I showed you earlier from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. I'm only going to show for the tropical Atlantic and the Eastern Pacific. So we do see here, we're seeing pretty strong. Some hit Bermuda, some go out to sea. We're seeing a lot of 950 to 969 here. On the EPS cyclones, let's let that load. We do see around, the ECMWF shows it a lot more close to the Bahamas, and then, yeah, that's really it. That's really all there is to it there. Then we're going to go back to GEFS. And we're going to go to, nope. We're going to go to the Eastern Pacific. Where we look, we do see that these systems. And then we start to see these, a lot of them, these ensembles showing that a second potential hitting land system. Most of them show it going out to sea, some show it hitting land. So that is still very uncertain. Whether it hits land or not, significant wave, height, wind, and 850 MB wind gusts, of course, will still be things I'm showing. Either way. EPS cyclones, and then look at this. If we go through the run, of course, we do see both systems, but much weaker and much more landfall approach, as you see here. If we go to the special chart, cyclone maps, ECMWF, we do see a tropical storm hitting land around Mexico, and we do see that out-to-sea system. In the Western Pacific, it's much stronger than this. Like I said, it's showing it weaker, but it shows it hitting Japan and, of course, those islands. GFS, of course, shows it very strong going between Korea and Japan, and those islands will get a lot. Shows one of them a strong system going out to sea and a strong system hitting land in the Eastern Pacific, but of course that's uncertain as that's been changing a lot. We see an out-to-sea system here, and it's showing something later on. KMA, we see, of course, a very strong system, but it shows it actually hitting Korea where this model is located. It's mostly out to sea, and then it goes around at the end of the run, hits around Mexico, California border, but of course very uncertain, and we see the out to sea system here getting much closer to Bermuda, and we see the other system cutting very weak, but still show it forming. Finally, the UKMET, something towards the Bahamas, that other medium chance system, that low chance system, possibly some Eastern Pacific activity, and it shows the other system, but a much more south track. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry if this was a little short. It felt a little short to me. Maybe it's not. Anyway, I hope guys have a great day or night, depending on where you are, and I'll see you guys in the next tropical update tomorrow or later today. Like I said, depending on where you are. Bye, guys.